This is Social Media Etiquette, presented by CXC at LSU. Here we'll be addressing how social media is used in a professional or academic setting, and how you can best present yourself on these social platforms. First, let's ask ourselves some questions to see what we can do to form a positive social media presence. Who is your audience? Think about who is going to see your posts, and this includes current and future employers. Consider the type of people who will look at your profile, from potential bosses, recruiters, or scouts, and what they'd like to see in an employee/coworker. This can be used to your advantage. Also consider the consequences. As we'll soon see, a poorly thought out post can severely affect one's view of a person. Think before you post. Is it something you would or should say in a professional setting? Remember that what you post in public will not only be seen by your peers, but also potential employers. Consider social media as a way to present yourself before directly engaging with those in your respective field. This brings us to our second tip. Think about who you're presenting to and how they will receive you. What aspects of how you see yourself do you want to make clear in your personal brand? Present only the best examples of what you do and who you are. How will you be talked about if you're not in the room? This is the definition of personal brand. How would you want to present yourself as a professional in the workplace? You want to make sure that the image they have of you, their understanding of your mission and values, and what they think is your mission are all clear. We've talked about proper ways to present yourself, so what's the improper way? Let's take a look at some examples of what not to do. Take this one tweet that one public figure made about two others. What's wrong with this post? It's incredibly insensitive, with or without the context. Physical abuse is never okay to joke about, and in this tweet, she is also making a value statement about a person's appearance and how that impacts their right to safety. People don't want to work with a bully, or someone who seems to lack interpersonal skills. If it is remotely insensitive, do not post it. Here's a tweet with a variety of inaccuracies, made more obvious by the lack of sourcing. The info is blatantly incorrect. Unsourced and biased opinions are unacceptable on a professional profile. The claim presented here has zero scientific foundation and has no place being spread on the internet. What would your boss or teacher think of your critical thinking skills? Would they trust you and want to be affiliated with you if you demonstrate you don't know how to identify what's fact? Now that we know what not to do, let's talk a bit more about audience. Each platform has a different demographic, so you should know who your audience is and try to keep in mind why they may be using your particular platform. Tailor this to your needs. It's always good to talk to your supervisors and teachers about where they maintain their professional social media presence and what good practices they follow. Each field uses social media differently, and as you find other professionals that are working in fields related to you, this information is especially helpful. Privacy settings are extremely important, especially when managing an online professional presence. You shouldn't be afraid to protect yourself, and that includes hiding sensitive information that shouldn't be shared in a public space. Check your settings on any and all accounts and keep the personal private. Another method is to maintain two separate accounts, one under a professional email and the other under your personal, using an alias of course. This keeps your two worlds separate and there is no risk of the two colliding. Finally, know that every one of your actions online has a consequence, big or small. Always consider the impact something will have in your future before you post. This only makes it easier for you to maintain a strong, positive image in the professional world. With those things in mind, let's see what's out there now. Log out of your accounts or get a friend to Google you. Keep in mind everything we've looked at today in terms of what is and is not acceptable on social media. If you post things that are insensitive, unsourced, or highly personal, it's time to reconsider how you present yourself as a professional online. Visit cxc.lsu.edu for more resources on effective communication.